Yo, what's up, traders? Lately we've been really dialing down onto the 50% retracement strategy. We've done a lot of testing. We have a profitable strategy on our hands, and we're currently trying to improve upon it. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the data, what we've sort of found so far, and how to execute the strategy, etc., etc. If you like this sort of content, leaving a like, subscribe, and comment, whatever is all very much appreciated. I also have a Discord if you wanna like ask questions and all that sort of good stuff, and meet some like-minded people. Feel free to join. So yeah, the 50% retracement strategy. This has been tested over like almost 500 trades over 4 years time. Um, so yeah, 54.35% win rate, not the highest, but it's profitable. Then let's see, here you see it per month, so a lot of data shown. And what we actually did is we checked if we could higher the risk to reward ratio a little bit. So that's how it looks like this, with instead of the 1 risk to reward ratio, if you go for 1.2, it actually hires the profits substantially. So we've actually been hiring the risk reward ratio a little bit. But then I came up with the idea of potentially tightening the stop loss. So we've been playing around with the stop loss of 0, like at the 0.75 level instead of the 1 level. I'll show you in the graph in just a second. It's not too complicated. I want to keep the strategy very simple and beginner friendly. So I'll show you how to set everything up, and you can play with it for yourself, test it out, and all that good stuff. No financial advice, of course, but yeah, do your own research. But these are the results so far over 3 months. So yeah, highly profitable there as well. So every indicator, everything that we've tested so far, highly tells us that it's a profitable strategy overall. And right now we're just fine tuning it and seeing if we can sort of make the results better, if that makes sense. But so yesterday we did a lot of testing. You can even watch it back. I had like a 3.5 hour live stream where we did like a lot of the testing. So yeah, feel free to check it out and see how that process went. So for people new to the strategy, basically how it works is we use the Fibonacci retracement, like as you can see here, the 1, 0.5, and 0 level. And I'll just take this one for now. You place it on a very strong candle. So right here, there's a strong bearish candle. Let me just zoom in a little bit to make it easier to see. So you wait for a strong bearish or bullish candle, preferably engulfing. And we traded on the 4-hour USD JPY, but I'm fairly confident it will work on pretty much every time frame and every pair. But I think the signals will be strongest on the higher time frame. So we selected the 4-hour, which gives like a nice amount of signals that are still very strong. So you place it like this, and all you pretty much wait for, you can set up your order beforehand. You set it up at the 0.5 level. And what we used to do was place our stop loss just above the 0 level, or the 1 level actually. And then the TP we placed at 1 before, but then we tested and we came up with that the 1.2 actually gives better results. So then you place your order and you basically wait for price to tap you in, and from there on out you basically yeah, take a win or a loss. Fairly simple. And but what I did was I wanted to see if we could actually improve upon the strategy a little bit. So what I did was, instead of so adding a few extra things to the Fibonacci retracement. If you want to copy it, feel free to do so. I added the 0.75 level and the minus 382, but we're still very much in the testing phase, mostly about where to place the TP. And there are going to be like a lot of nuances and stuff added over time, where potentially whenever it's like near an EMA or test an EMA, or like at an area of interest, or all that sort of extra confluences, we might play around with different TP areas, or how strong the candle is, all that sort of stuff. So we're very much in development of, like I said, enhancing the strategy, just making the win rate better slash the return on investment better. or risk reward ratio better, like all that stuff. So we're very much still in the testing phase. All we know is for now that the strategy is profitable, as is. So how I already explained it, that's profitable, but we just want to make it better. So if you want to really like be up to date with everything, I would advise you to subscribe. I would also and like it if you subscribe, but also the Discord is where we are very active and we sort of track and test, etc. everything. But yeah, back to what I now do. So what I now do is I place a stop loss at the 0.75 level. And TP, we've been sort of playing around with it. You can either go for a 2x, like this, or you can, well, it should be like right on the candle, pretty much. Like if you have it perfectly placed, then the 2x should be right on the bottom of the candle. But latest results also show that the 1.5 is so far the most profitable. So again, we're very much testing, but the 1.5 would mean putting the TP around here. So fairly close to the closure of the previous candle or of the signal candle, which makes sense to me because there's just a higher chance of it testing the lows of the candle that actually made the move and not necessarily all the time passes it. But yeah, also been testing with the higher sort of TP around this area. So these are the areas we've played around with. So let's just go over a few trades that we've been testing, just so you get an idea of how it works. So here we got let me remove this to make it a little bit less clustered. We got this candle, right? It's nice little engulfing. So we placed our areas and then sort of hit us in and we hit our TP. Let's see what ends up happening after. Yeah, so with this for instance, what we've been testing is, okay, what would happen if we were, so to speak, let's see, I need to place it like this. If we place it at the 0.75 level, what would happen? Well, we would, well, it needs to be perfect. We might have gotten stopped out. I think we counted as a loss, but yeah, I think this is probably a loss. So this one would have been a loss with the new sort of stop loss. But with the previous one, this was a win. So we've been sort of manually like testing everything. And I have like, I should have probably taken that already. Give me 1 second. I have like a graph where I have all the data we tested. So yeah, like this. Here you see, for instance, all the tests we did. So with the regular sort of stop loss, so not with the 0.75 stop loss, with the regular stop loss, I played around with different TPs, see the total net RR, how many wins, how many losses. I only tested 20 trades during that little session. So it's a very small sample size, I'm aware, but yeah, it's still valuable information. And then we tested it with the 0.75, so the tighter stop loss basically, at the 0 level, 2 RR, and then it was 19 total net RR. And then with the bigger TP, so 3.5 RR, it was actually with this small sample size 29.5. So total investment or return on investment in 20 trades. So that's very high. So hence we're sort of testing everything. And yeah, for instance, for this trade, we sort of like place our stuff like this. I already remember this trade. This ends up being a loser, but that's fine. So we're still very much fine tuning. Because this is such a strong candle, you kind of want the signal to come from this candle. But yeah, if you were to so to speak not take this one because you missed this one and you see this one, then this one, for instance, would have been a win. But I'm just showing you the ones that we actually end up taking. So here we took it from this big candle. So we drew up the area, drew up the retracements like this. And here we sort of, here we took a W, and here, as you can see, it wouldn't have hit the 0.75 level. So we would have had a way bigger return on investment, or RR, so to speak. Here we took it from this candle, as you can see. It stopped us out, and then no, like there are often strong candles, but you don't get tapped in. So yeah, sometimes you just have some days where you don't get tapped in, but that's completely fine. I think it's part of every sort of strategy. Then we took it from this candle, and it just tapped us in perfectly, and it hits TP. So here the 0.75 level would also be good. But yeah, just wanted to show you some of the data, some of the trades. Yeah, if you're interested in this strategy, um, uh, yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments or whatever. Let me know how you guys like it, if you've tested it or all that good stuff. I highly advise you, if you're interested, to join the Discord. We've got a nice little community growing with like-minded people who all want to become better at trading. So yeah, I hope this video was useful in any way. And yeah, if not, I would also like to hear it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys are having a nice weekend, and hopefully see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye bye.